Well, everyone, Boomer Sooner again. And this video is to preview the Oklahoma-Iowa State game coming up Saturday. Kickoff is at 11 o'clock, so Oklahoma gets an early game. Um, I've been reading that Oklahoma has put to rest the Notre Dame game, which is good, which is what they should do, but also they shouldn't forget. Uh, and the reason I say that is in the Notre Dame game, it seemed when OU got into scoring range, they just fell apart. You can't do that on a road against a team like Iowa State, who, I might add, beat Oklahoma State last year, and then last week beat Baylor 35-21. If you play like that, then you will get beat. However, that's all I'm going to say about the Notre Dame game. Oklahoma, um, I think they'll bounce back. Oklahoma will be favored in this game. However, Iowa State is not the same Iowa State it used to be. Just like Baylor is not the same Baylor it used to be. Uh, and playing at home against Oklahoma uh, could be a potential trap game for Oklahoma. I want to see how they respond after losing for the first time, losing their second home game in a year. I want to see if they can put to rest the memories. I want to see if they can bounce back, play better, see if they can get back in that rhythm that they had against Texas Tech, Texas, and Kansas. Um, I I watched the Iowa State Oklahoma State game, and I've got to say, Iowa State's defense is a little subject to the pass. Oklahoma State passed the ball on them all day, ran the ball on them all day. Um, so Oklahoma does that as well. However, that was at Stillwater, homecoming for the Cowboys. So it's kind of hard to say which Iowa State team is going to show up. It's going to be the Iowa State team that dominated Baylor, or the Iowa State team that fell apart on the road at Oklahoma State. For Oklahoma, I want to see which Oklahoma team shows up. If it's the Notre Dame, Kansas State, Oklahoma team, or the Texas Tech, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma team. I'll say this: defense did play impressive last week. They gave up 2 big plays to the Fighting Irish. Other than that, they played pretty well. They can play like they did last week. They should shut down Iowa State's running game. Offensively, Landry Jones, he did have a heck of a game last week. Threw for over 300 yards. Had the one interception, which was, I'm going to say, questionable. However, we're not going to go into that. And he's got a slew of wide receivers that have come into their own. Sterling Shepard, Kenny Stills, and now the receiver from Fresno State. My God, the kid had almost 200 yards receiving last week. Uh, Props to him. So Landry's got some targets out there. If they can get open, questionable for the game will be Damian Williams. He got a little banged up in the Notre Dame game. I haven't heard any injury updates, but I hope he's able to play and able to go. We also have an offensive lineman who got banged up in the Notre Dame game. I hope he's able to go. So this game could be a potential trap game, but this game could also tell how Oklahoma will respond the rest of the season. Because Oklahoma's not out of the Big 12 championship race, guys. If Kansas State loses twice, which very well they possibly could, they still have Oklahoma State. They still have to play TCU. So it's not over. So if Oklahoma can just win out, and Kansas State stumbles a couple times, Oklahoma's the Big 12 champion. However, Kansas State, you guys keep up what you're doing. I'm very proud of you guys. I hope you guys go a long way this year. Anyway, so that's my take on the game. I'm going to give the edge to Oklahoma. I'm going to say they bounce back. On the road, I'm going to say Oklahoma somewhere within range of 35 to 14 or 30 or 42 to 21, somewhere around there. Iowa State will get their points and get their yards. But I don't think that they will pull an upset on Oklahoma in back-to-back weeks. I don't think Oklahoma's going to get upset in back-to-back weeks. However, I have been wrong before, so, good luck to both teams, and we'll see what happens on Saturday. 11 o'clock kickoff again. I believe it's on ABC or FSN, one of the two. And Boomer Center.